Let's talk about today. What you've described is the Dulat doctrine. Today Kashmir is directed by the Doval doctrine.
Fair enough.
And there is a chapter on Mr. Doval.
That the Doval doctrine is always superior to my doctrine.
What makes it superior? What makes the Doval doctrine superior to the Dulat doctrine?
Because he is a better spook than I am.
In what way?
In every way. He is the complete spook.
Give me an example of that.
Because he can do whatever I've done, and much more than that. You know, the muscular muscular policy that has been followed in Kashmir post 2019 is, I think, Ajit's idea, and I think it has worked to a large extent.
Even though you're ideologically opposed to it, you believe it's worked?
Of course. You know, this is the whole thing. There was a lot of ruckus about the last chapter in this book. I think people missed the main idea. The main idea in that last chapter, if you read it properly, was the point I was trying to make is that we can differ, we can disagree, but we can still be friends. And we have worked together and we understand each other.
So the last chapter in this book for the audience is a chapter on the National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, and it's filled with really, really interesting detail, including a fascinating story about how during Operation Black Thunder, you actually say that Ajit Doval poses as a rickshawala with links to the ISI and manages to get inside the Golden Temple complex. Speak a little bit about this completely fascinating nugget of history.
You see, the point is, I don't know the truth. This is part of the Doval legend, and the legend is being built. You know, the legend is not over yet. But whether he was masquerading as a rickshaw puller or not, I wouldn't know. But this much I'm sure of, that he played a very key role in Black Thunder, in getting intelligence out of the Golden Temple, however he did it. And as you know, he got the Kirti Chakra for that, which no other intelligence officer has got. So he has done things which are quite remarkable. Now, if he actually posed as an ISI agent and got inside there, I think that's unique in the history of Indian spooking. You know?
In some ways, you say he's like you. In the book, you say, in the way that he's ready to be unconventional. He's ready to take risk. He doesn't really...
Much more than me, much more than me.
What do you think is the riskiest thing Mr. Doval has done?
No, I don't want to get into those things. There are certain things that we don't talk about. But I have mentioned, and that is that, you know, we worked together on Kashmir. I was at headquarters and he was posted in Srinagar, and we worked together. We worked very closely. Now, his ways are very different from mine, and I knew that.
What's the biggest difference between Ajit Doval and A.S. Dulat?
Because I'm quite open about things. You know, like you said, I invite everybody. Everybody knows. I mean, most people disapproved of my ways of getting people into my house. You know, they said, we have other places for you to meet.
Safe houses and so on.
Safe houses. Why are you getting people home? But I thought it was the best way of winning trust, you know. If Shabir started visiting our little small place, a D2 flat in Kidwai Nagar, obviously he felt more reassured.
Well, a lot of water has flown, in the Jhelum since then.
Yeah.
Here's the question. You called Ajit Doval a complete spook.
Absolutely.
What is the one thing that Mr. Doval, you think, without giving away any sensitive details, would be willing to risk that you would not?
He'd be willing to risk everything. There's a gambler's instinct in him. And he's much more ruthless about doing things, you know. I still hold back. It's not that we don't play tricks. All spooks play tricks. But my tricks are quite open. And you know.
Do you consider him a friend today?
Ajit? A very good friend. I don't know what he thinks about me. I think Ajit, he's always been a good friend. I mean, we worked together, you know.
There's been a paradigm shift in...
You know, when he set up the Vivekananda Foundation, let me tell you, he invited 4 or 5 of us for lunch and wanted to know how to get this thing moving forward. And we had lunch together. And I said, Ajit, anything that you do will move forward automatically. And look where the Vivekananda Foundation has gone. Yeah?
He's instrumental in bringing a paradigm shift in how the Kashmir issue is thought of today? And you talk about this in the book. At one point he says...
I don't believe that this is the way Ajit would like it to play out.
You don't think this is his Kashmir doctrine?
I don't think that he is in complete control politically.
Explain that.
That is that I think, and this is a question I was asked the other day, that is the situation irretrievable in Kashmir? I said it is not irretrievable. Kashmir is never irretrievable. I think the script is very clear. You know, this is the way you should go about it. And I think Ajit is smart enough to understand that.
But when you say...
But why is he not doing that?
But when you say that you don't think...
And he's not doing that because of the fact that there are also people in the government who say that we want to finish these 3 families. And the solution to Kashmir lies somewhere in those 3 families.
You mean the Abdullahs, the Muftis and the Loans? Or the Mirwais Omar Farooq?
No.
Which is the third family that I have missed?
The Congress family.
The Congress family.
Congress family. The Gandhis, let's say.
Here's my question. You believe that left to himself, as was given his training as a spook,
yeah,
Mr. Doval would not like to see a complete shutdown of dialogue in Kashmir as we saw in the aftermath of the abrogation.
Left to Ajit, he knows where the solution lies. If I claim that I know where the solution lies, I can tell you Ajit, with his feet firmly on the ground, knows much better where the solution lies.
But let's also acknowledge...
Why he's not following that, I don't know.
Because the political environment has changed. The fact is that even political parties that would have been softer on Kashmir today would not take that view. There is a larger public opinion that any government has to be mindful of.
But the public opinion has been created by the government. The public opinion on Kashmir, I don't think the public knows very much about Kashmir. You know, it's all right to go on holiday in Gulmarg and Pahalgam, but what do people in Delhi know about Kashmir? How many people go there and feel for Kashmir or get even a feeling of Kashmir? I was there in June, earlier this year in the summer, and I was surprised that the situation has come to such a pass that Kashmiri now says we expect nothing from Delhi.